Okay, Paul Shakuri here with another door-to-door mastery video. And in this video, I'm going to explain what are the different ways that you can make money with door-to-door sales. Like, what are some of the different products that you can actually sell? And I'm not going to get into the details too much about which product you should sell, but more likely what product you should look into selling. Because, myself personally, I stuck with sales, door-to-door sales of home security. I do stick behind pest control, and I'll explain to you the details why, but also natural gas and electricity, and now soon to be solar. That's really taking off here in Arizona, yet alone, as you guys can tell with, the electricity bills that are going up and whatnot. But, my big thing is, if you want to sell a product, I see so many people out there who are selling like kids' toys and stuff like this, and I ask them, I go, hey, why did you decide to sell kids' toys out of all the different types of things you can sell door to door? And the number one reason why they say they did that was because either they're selling for a family member, which is fine, but the main reason why I found out was because, well, that was the job that they got. It was just the next job that was there. So I highly recommend, if you're going to jump into door-to-door sales, you got to stop and be faced by the truths of door-to-door sales. It's not easy. It's also not extremely difficult, but it requires a certain personality type. If you're going to be doing door-to-door sales is all about getting excited, about closing money, closing deals, which will turn into quite a bit of money doing, door-to-door sales, getting stronger, growing a thicker skin, getting out of your comfort zone, getting off the couch and being able to make money right away. And if it's a high-paying door-to-door sales job, you should be pretty excited about going out there on a day-to-day basis. And if you're not, well, are you thinking of the growth potential in door-to-door sales? So what are the different types of things that you can actually do selling door-to-door that will make you money? Well, I'll tell you one thing is, if you're not already doing home security, which the majority of people, when you're asking, what are you doing door-to-door? It's home security. Why? Because home security sales pays quite a bit. And now we're actually seeing a shift into a lot of the big companies like AT&T and your local cable companies are getting involved in home security, which still leaves a lot of room for door-to-door salespeople to close deals. But why? Why is door-to-door so good, especially for home security systems? Well, stop and think about this, okay? And again, I'm talking door-to-door in general, but why is it extremely good for products that, people use at their home? Well, if you've ever walked onto a car dealership, let me ask you this question. Do car dealers not have the physical cars over there on their lot? How come selling cars isn't a number one priority going door to door to sell your cars? The reason, obviously, is because your actual product, the actual car itself, is located on the actual dealership lot. What do I mean by this? Say you want to buy a brand new BMW, a 5 Series, 7 Series, 3 Series, you name it. You walk onto the lot, and what's the first thing, the number one thing that salesperson wants to do with you when you show remote interest in a vehicle? Well, they want to get you in and actually do what? Test drive it, right? They want you to test drive that vehicle, but they want you to test drive that vehicle that they can paint that picture of you buying. So for example, if you like a 3 Series or a 7 Series BMW, let's say it's the 530i, and they take a look at this vehicle. You like this car, you want to go for a test drive, you go in, you test drive it, and all of a sudden you really like this vehicle, because once you're test driving it, you're actually building ownership of that vehicle, right? That's why you're building ownership. They want you to test drive it. You're like, I can see myself in this car. I like the leather seats. I like the way it looks inside. So you start building ownership, but the second you get out, remember, door-to-door sales in car business isn't quite the same as on the lot, because now you step out, you're like, yeah, but I don't like it in black. I think I like it in white. Now, it's very hard to take 100 cars, first of all the cars on the lot, right, and bring them to a door and say, and get them that specific model, that specific color, that specific whatever they are looking for. With door-to-door sales, okay, with actual door-to-door sales and home security, pest control, where is the product going? Stop and think about that. The product is going in that customer's house. Am I not right? Well, if the customer's going in that, if the product is going in that customer's house, well, customer A, B, C, D all have different layouts. So what equipment, what product is going to go in which house? You have to understand that door-to-door sales works awesome because number one, you can get the sale right then and there on the spot for people who are remotely looking for your product. If you do enough doors, you're going to find those people who have thought of your product or service and they will actually take it on. Also, number two, you're going to find people who have remotely thought of your product in some case scenario before, but they never took the precautionary measure. They never really went out there and researched into what it's going to cost and whatnot, nor did they maybe perhaps call a company up yet. So when you show up there, you have that, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes to actually show them why they should do business with you, building like and trustability with you, but then also why they should do it right then on there on the spot, building that urgency, okay? So this is quite important when figuring out what type of product you actually want to sell door to door. I highly recommend selling something that, has to go inside of a customer's house that's unique to different types of homes. Solar is, right? With your home, you may need a little bit more electricity to generate than the neighbor across the street. But, products that go in people's homes, I highly recommend. And don't hesitate to look around for who's going to be paying the best, because I highly recommend when you're doing a sales job, find one specific company that treats you right, that pays on time, and is there for the long haul. If you want to actually build a team and they're reputable, check them up on the Better Business Bureau, ask around, check on Google, Google to see if there's any bad reviews, and really look into who you're going to work for. Because if you find a good company and you find an awesome product and they're in it for the long haul and you really want to grow, I'm here to tell you, I generated $314,000 in 1 year selling door to door and building an actual team. You can definitely do the same. And now my dedication is to teaching and educating. I've actually moved out of that step. So, I'm here for the long haul. So, as you can tell, my information, if you like it, I've put together a free video course over at doortodoormastery.com. In the actual description of this video, you will actually be able to see doortodoormastery.com, and you'll actually see the first video of the video series. And so take a look at it, check it out. I'm here to help. Any questions, submit your comments, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you'll get a lot more videos for me just popping them up here and there. In the next year to come here, I'm really going to be focused on getting one-on-one personal with you guys, holding a lot more webinars, really reaching out to the ever so changing door-to-door sales field, because with a lot of people losing their jobs and all the issues that are kind of happening in the economy, more and more people are looking to door-to-door sales because there's a lot of people out there who want to purchase. It's just they're more spread out. So a lot of companies are reverting to cutting back on advertising costs. No better way than to do door-to-door sales. Master it. Make a ton of money with it. I'm here as your coach to help you, Paul Shakuri. So again, in this video, hit the description, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.